We're going to start the program proper. And for those coming now, welcome to the April 10/11 commemoration, and to the victims, once again, you're welcome. And, you know, we stand by you for call for justice and accountability. What happened April 10/11 is not an isolated event. It was a deliberate brutality and injustice against young people, most especially students, whose only crime was to call for accountability for their colleagues that have been brutalized, sexually harassed, and eventually killed. And to set the pace, I would like to call on Ms. Awada Costa, program coordinator for Fantanka, to give us the opening statement.
Distinguished guests, victims that are here present, our valuable partners, fellow young people, and members of the public, I share you all my heartfelt greetings. Good evening. On behalf of Fantanka, it is my honor to welcome you all to this year's commemoration of the April 10/11 students' demonstrations. For us at Fantanka, this is not just another event. It is a responsibility we have carried over the years. Each year, we come together to remember, to reflect, and to ensure that the voices and the sacrifices of those young students are never forgotten. We do so in partnership with like-minded organizations who share a common commitment to justice, accountability, and human rights. April 10 and 11 remains a painful chapter in our national history. On these days, young Gambian students filled with courage and conviction took to the streets to demand justice. Instead of being heard, they were met with violence. Lives were lost and many were injured. And families were left with grief that they endure up to this day. Today, as we gather once again, we honor those lives. We stand in solidarity with their families, and we recognize that remembrance alone is not enough. This commemoration is also a call to action. As a country that has committed itself to justice and democratic governance, we must continue to ask, where do we stand today? Have we done enough to ensure there is accountability? Have we taken the necessary steps to guarantee that such tragedy would never happen again in the Gambia? At Fantanka, together with other partners, we believe that remembering April 10 and 11 must go hand in hand with advocating for truth, justice, and institutional reforms. It must inspire us to build a society where the rights of young people are protected, where dissent is not criminalized, and where justice is not delayed. To our partners, we thank you for standing with us in this important work. Your collaboration reflects the power of collective action in advocating for human rights and accountability in our country. To the young people here today, this history belongs to you. Let it inspire you to remain engaged, to speak out, and to contribute to building the Gambia we all deserve. As we all know, the April 10/11 student demonstrations was sparked by two incidents. One was the brutal killing of a student, a 15-year-old student named Ibrahim Bari, and second was the rape of Binta Mane, a student from Brikamaba who came to the Bakau Stadium to represent her school in an inter-house sports competition. So as we do this activity today, we are expected to not just remember, but to dialogue, but also to call on authorities for justice and accountability, as well as reflect on the recent happenings, especially issues surrounding state-youth relationship and issue of youth activism in the Gambia, linking it to the events of April 10 and 11. Also, we would want to make actionable plans regarding the issue of sexual and gender-based violence, as this is one aspect of the incident that remains to have limited focus. So to our partners, Activista de Gambia, Gambians Against Looted Assets, Team Gomsa Bopa, the Women's Association for Women and Victims Empowerment, and Edward Francis Small Center for Rights and Justice, we thank you all for coming forth to partner with us to hold this important activity. Once again, thank you all, and I hope we have a very productive evening. Thank you.